Right before my husband went to basic training, he told me not to buy anything for a house that we didn't have yet. We lived with his family in a little bitty room. We had a queen bed, a dresser, a TV, and a crib to our name. That's it. And he didn't know where his orders were going to be when he got out of basic training. So he said, don't buy anything for a house yet. And I said, okay. But then he was gone. And I was real bored and real lonely. So I started going to estate sales and yard sales and finding things on the side of the road. And I did really good for a number of weeks. And then finally I went to this yard sale and they had this little love seat. And it looked very Ralph Lauren. It was like red, green, blue, yellow, and white. And it was like plaid. And it was adorable. And they only wanted $20 for it. So I gave him my $20. I brought it home and I told his family, don't rat me out. It'll be fine. Once he gets out of basic, he's going to be so excited to see us. It's going to be fine. But then what had happened was people started giving me things. Somebody gave me a dining room table and chairs with a matching baker's rack. Somebody gave me like a little rocking chair for my son's room. And then someone gave us this giant wooden entertainment center, and it probably weighed like 500 pounds. So he comes out of basic training, he gets orders to Pensacola, Florida, and they're unaccompanied orders. And I'm like, no. See, we've been separated too long already. So I go to Pensacola and I decide that I'll just rent a teeny tiny apartment. We'll just pay for it out of pocket. So that's what I do. Okay. So now I've got an apartment and all this furniture, but he doesn't know. So I find out what day he's supposed to be there, and I get our move-in day. And I order or rent a U-Haul. And the day that we decide that we're going to move to Pensacola, me and my little baby, my dad and brothers decide they're going to help me. It is monsooning, flooding, pouring rain. Okay, that was my parting gift from my hometown. So we get it loaded down, we drive it to Pensacola, we pull up to the apartment, and my husband is like, why do you have a U-Haul? And I said, oh, don't worry about that. I got some stuff for the apartment. And he was like, I thought we weren't going to do this. And I said, no, it's all good. We got people here, they're going to help us unload it, it's all fine. And he was like, yeah, but we agreed. And I said, it's okay. So we get everything into the apartment, and then it's time to move this 500-pound entertainment center. And the whole time, this thing is about to take him out. And my husband's like, I thought we agreed we weren't going to get furniture. He's mad. Whole time he's mad. Finally, I got so fed up hearing him. I said, you know what? Fine. You don't want this furniture? You don't get to use any of this furniture. And he said, excuse me? I said, you don't get to use any of this furniture. He said, well, where am I supposed to sit? On the floor. You can sit on the floor. So we're eating supper that night. He's sitting on the floor. I wouldn't let him sit on the couch. And we've been married 19 years. And he's just fine. And you know what? Sometimes you just got to break the rules because you know what's best. And we had the cutest little apartment. And all the things. And you know what we didn't do? We did not sleep on the floor that night or sit on the floor. And we had our little, it was adorable. And that entertainment center might have almost taken them out, but they survived. They were fine. 19 years. He's a lucky man.